Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, my 99% group. Hey, it's the Black Wall Street Hustler, and I'm the General. Yes, that's me. Today's video about the Saturday Down Drop. The Saturday Down Drop, I'll be talking to you about some financial literacy, showing you how these 2 swing trades we can get in, make double our money, and 2 long-term stocks we can get in to double our money. All right, first of all, let me get a disclaimer. I'm not a professional. I am not licensed, but I did get my doctoral degree from Hard Knocks of Life, University. You know what we do on the channel. We let our money work for us. Let us work hard for our money. All right. First of all, let me get another disclaimer. I do not promote drinking, nor do I promote smoking. But if you're going to do either one or both, actually do it with some good friends and do it socially. And you know what we do on the channel? We do it in what? Moderation. Moderation. Now, any one of you alcohol company or cigar shops or cigar companies want to sponsor my channel, DM me, I'll listen to you. All right. Saturday Down Drop. I know I've been slacking on it about 2 or 3 weeks, but trying to get back on track. I had a lot of stuff going on with my rental properties. Been fixing up one. Somebody tore it up. Had to get them out of there, and so I had to fix it up. Been working on that so I can generate some more of that income back. But hey, that's a whole nother here or there. Let's get back to talk about this Saturday Down Drop. All right. I had a little consultation with somebody the other day, and they was talking about they was getting ready to retire from one agency and just go to the privacy agency, and they didn't want to take their money out of their 401k. They didn't want to roll it over to an IRA. And I was telling him about this and that, how to do it, blah, blah. He was telling me about that he kept it in a low risk with a 3 to 6% turn on your money annually. And I said, yeah. I said, most people do that. I said, I did that. I was working for the government. I ain't know nothing about no stock market. I ain't know nothing about all that. So I did the same thing for 7 years till I went on training and met this guy, white guy, that was in training with me in Denver. He sat me down and he told me, hey, man, you put 50% of it in that F fund, that's what they call the government fund, the F fund. Take another 50% of it, put it in the C fund. You know, the government going to match you dollar for dollar. I said, I guarantee you within 2 years, you're going to catch what you did in 7 years. I said, man, I've been investing my money for 7 years over there. I got a nice little chain with a whole lot, but back then it was a nice little chain. I guarantee you, in 2 years, you would catch it. So I said, okay, I'm going to try it. 50% of it, yeah. So I did that, and guess what? It didn't take 2 years. It took about 1.5 years. Not only did I catch it, I passed it. And I was like, what? So I started shifting it. I went from, instead of 50-50, I went like 40-60. I went 30-70. I was still young. So that's when I started seeing, I said, wow. I put my money in the C fund and I put like 40% in my L fund. I think I put 6% in the C fund. And my account was growing like this, growing like this. And then we had that big crash. I lost a lot of money on that crash. I wouldn't listen. He called and told me, he said, stock market finna crash, switch all your money to the F fund. And then once the crash over and everything go down, get back to normal, and then move back over to the C fund. I was like, no. All right, I got you. Put it off, check my account. I was like, man, I done went down almost $30,000. I said, wow. So I went on and switched my money to the F fund. And long story short, after that, everything got back to normal. I put it back over there. And guess what? He was right. It caught back up. Well, all that loss, it caught it back up. It's fast. So that's all this about right here. Stock market. I was telling him, I said, you can put your money, put a large percentage of it. Depends on where you at in your retirement age or something like that. Now, if you're getting ready to retire, I want to ask you to take your money and put it all in a high risk with a high return, because the bottom could fall out and lose your money. But if you got 10 or more years before you retire, then it's worth the risk, because it's gonna come back. If it do fall, it's gonna come back. It's gonna probably go higher, so you gonna get your money back. Trust me. And I seen it. It happened to me, so I know it will do it. So I'll tell him about that. And it's just like the stock market. You can put your low risk fund. It's like ETF, VOO, and VUG. That's what I deal with. I put like 30% in there, because I'm already retired, so I ain't worried about it. I want to get some big money off this, so I can pass on to my kids and their kids. Oh, I messed up the rotation. Moderation, moderation. So I got, stock market got three different ways you can invest. You can do low risk, it's like VO and VUG, VTI, all those, ETL. Little moderate risk, you can buy it in the stock market. And at low risk, you're gonna get 3 to 6% turn on your dollar. That's not bad. You surely ain't gonna get that in the saving account at the bank, or high yield saving account at the bank. You're not gonna get that. Stock market where it's at. Plus your money in the bank, your dollar go down. Your dollar in the stock market goes up, never go down. That's another thing. All right, you go there. Then you go to a little moderate risk where you can buy in some good quality stocks like Amazon, Tesla, Meta, Facebook, stuff like that. And your money gonna grow. It's gonna steady grow. You're gonna get probably from 6 to 10, 15% return on your dollar. Sometimes you get 100% return on your dollar if you get in at the right price. Like some of the stocks I got in, when I got in, it was like $20, $30. Now it's $100 some. I didn't double my money. So when you keep putting money in there, your dollar cost average goes up. But then if it starts to fall, that's what everybody told, the stock market fall when the new administration came in. Y'all losing money. And I told him, I said, it's just like going to the Louis Vuitton store or the Gucci store when they got no sales going on. You got to pay straight. Whatever they got on the sticker, you got to pay for it. Even at the car lot. No sales at the car lot. Whatever car you trying to get, you got to pay what's on that window. Or you going to go to the car lot when they got a discount, a rebate, a $5,000 rebate, a $10,000 rebate. Or the Gucci store got 50% off, or 30% off. That's when you go and buy your stuff. That's how the stock market is. You get these stocks when they on the pullback. If they 56% down, I'm not going to run from it, especially if it's a good quality stock. I'm going to jump in there because guess what? It's going to come back the way it was and go higher. I'm going to give you some examples right now. These are swing trades right here. I put this on everybody alert at the beginning of the year. I know some of y'all took advantage of it and some of you didn't, but you still got opportunity to do it because it's a little fallback going on. First one is took some APLD. Is at $9.80 right now. When I told y'all getting it was at $6. This one went all the way up to $12.50. So you would have doubled your money. If you took $100 when it was at $6, and I told you get in there and just put it in APLD and just let it sit there. That $100 been $200. Right? It took that your 100 you put in there, take it out of there, and put it back where you got it from, and left that 100 you made off the stock market sit there and let it grow. Now this thing could go past $12. It might go up to $40. You never know. But this is a swing trade. Swing trading, you put in, you're buying a low. Once you double your money, take your money you put in out and let the rest of the money just sit there. If it go higher, fine. If it start to fall, take all of it out. That's a swing trade. The second one I told y'all get in was took some SOU in, which is SoundHound AI. Both of these are AI. And when I told y'all getting this, it was at $8. and it went all the way up to $24, and it took a hit. It fell back down to $9.13. So I would get in this. If it falls back to about 8.75 or 8.50, I get back in it. I put another $100 in there. What I do, and it might not get back to 24 again. But if I get in at 8.75 and it get to 16, I done double my $100 again. That's how you look at it. And that one before that APLD, you can get in that around 9.80, 9.65, and it goes up to $18, $19. You can double your money. Got to tell you on that one as well. So that's how we look at it. That was the AI. And these two right here are long-term stocks. They in the AI, but they're more in the chip parts of AI. Conductors. So you took some AMD. Time I told everybody getting a year was at $80. And it went up to $187. Not only you to double your money, you was almost triple your money. So now it's down to 116. It fell down. That's why I tell you, you don't get them when the stocks is up. You get them when they fall down. Now if you got in at 187, it fell to 116, you be mad at me. But I ain't tell you get in at 187. So don't get mad at me. So if you get in at 116 and it go back to 180, you made some money. You ain't double your money, but you made a little money. You made 70% off your dollar. Can't beat that nowhere. But I like to get this one at 115. About 110 and one in between 114, 110. That's what I like to get this one. This one could go back to 180. Not probably by the end of this year. I'm looking at about 140, 130, 140. So that's a good 30, 40% on turn on your dollar. But eventually this won't get back to 180. It might go above, but you got to be ready. You got to be ready. And the second one was took some PLTR. PLTR. At the time, this one I told y'all to get in, it was at $70. They went all the way to 140. So that was double your money again. The $100 turned to $200. Financial literacy. That's what I'm teaching you over here. Pay attention. Pay attention. So now it's at 137. So it fell back. And it came back. Now it's coming back to 140. Like I told you, like the other one fell down from 187 to 116. It's coming back to 187 now. It might take a year or so, but it's coming back. Like this one, it didn't take a year. It fell back. Now it's at 137.58. Ain't but what, $2 more and it'd be back at 140. And guess what? It's gonna go past 140. So I like to get this one at 132, 129, and 132. Put a little money in. If it go lower than that, dump the whole sink in. So those are two swing trades where you can double your money, get out of. Then I got the long term. You can triple your money and get out if you want to. Or get your winnings out of there, or the money you put in there. That's what I like to do. If I put $100 in both of these plays, that's $200. And then it ran up, and it made my 200 went to 400. I take my 200 out, put it back where I got it from, and let the other two ride. That's stock market money. It ain't my money. That's stock market money. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. So that's why I be trying to teach financial literacy to people. Get your kids involved. Open up a custodian's account with your kids. Your kids young, get them put a little money in, just like Nike. I was telling somebody a long time ago. I said they told me, "Oh, I got to go get these Jordans for my son for school get started." So if you took that money, his birthday money he got, took a little bit of, and bought some Nike stock. Nike stock probably, back then it was probably about $40. Now it's at over $100 some. So you could put that money and put $100 in there. So by the time he get I'd say about 12, when they really, really, really talking about them, they Jordan, they really enjoy their Jordan. He got enough money in Nike stocks. He can take some money out of there and pay for it. They pay for his Jordan. You can walk around with some free Jordans on. That's financial literacy right there. That's rich mind frame from poor mind frame. That's what I'm trying to teach you. The iPhone. You kids want the iPhone. Take $100, put it in Apple. By the time they get 15, when they really want that iPhone, you take that reaching that money they put in that Apple. Let them pay for the iPhone. Didn't cost you nothing. You got it out of the stock market. That's how it's always be. That's how it's gonna be. And if you really like, say you got three phrases of the stock market. You got the low risk phase where you put your money in the ETF like BOO, BTI, BUG. You just put your money there and you're gonna get 4 to 6% return on your dollar. Or you can go to a moderate risk where you buy some good quality stocks like Amazon, Tesla, Meta, which is Facebook, and you put your money in that, and Google, and you just put your money in and let that grow. Let it grow. Let it grow. Every time it make a fall, put some more money in, let it come back up. That's how you build your money over there. Them long term stocks. That's what the AMD and the PLT are. Long term stocks. They could go more than what they is. You get in now, price low, and you make money when they go up. They missed the rotation of moderation. So that's how we do that. That's financial literacy. That's what I do over here. Now, you really want to make some real money getting the option plays with it. Join the 99% groups down there in the description. Pays for itself. Most people charge $200, $300, $400 a week for one play. I'm charging you $7 a month. And you get 3 plays a day, 5 days a week. Pays for itself. I always tell everybody, I'm not trying to get rich off you. I'm trying to get my money out the market. But I'm going to show you how you can get rich off the market. That's what the 99% group. I don't get any great big old plays because the people that's in the group, they can't afford to put $1,500, $2,000, $6,000 on a play. No, we're going to stay around. I try to give you around $100 or less play, and I try to give you $100 to $200 play. I don't get nothing over $300. I'm just going to be honest with you. I probably could make more money, but $600 is all I got in my buying power. Not getting no 3 pays with that 6. And that's how it is what it is. Now, eventually one day, if I ain't had to work my 9 to 5, because everybody know I be on my 9 to 5, I can hide for 30 minutes when the market open up. Now folks starting to see my videos, so they starting to call me on the radio in between market time, asking me crazy questions, knowing on in the stock market. But you know what I'm saying? One time they made me lose about $100 some dollars. But really when they followed my fault because I ain't do my trailer stop loss. Y'all saw that video on there. But anyway, so just imagine. You know, I retired from the government now. I'm just partially retired. Got another job working on another retirement. But if I were fully in this thing, it probably if I could take about $2,000 or $3,000, put in my buying power and do this for 8 hours a day. I wouldn't even have to do it for 8 hours, probably 4 hours a day. But the stock market gonna move in the morning, gonna move around 11 o'clock, around lunchtime, it's gonna move around closing time about 1 or 2. If I getting them to get in there 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes at lunch, 30 minutes after lunch, I probably could make over $1,000 a day. That's 5,000 a week. That's what $20,000 a month. Who can't live off $20,000 a month? I'm living off. I can live off 3,000. Good, comfortable. And if you about 20,000, I'm a blessing, folks. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a blessing, folks. I don't need all that money. I don't need all no $100,000 a month. I wouldn't mind having it now. Don't get me wrong now, but I don't need all that. I don't be buying. I don't flood them like this. Buying all that crazy stuff. I do buy some nice things now. And I do buy just like I said. I always wanted a Mercedes. I bought my Mercedes out of the stock market. I rode it for a little while. Went on. So okay, I got that out. Sold it. Now I always want a Land Rover. Last week I bought one. Stock market. And put on my tag to Black Wall Street. And the lady at the tag player like, what that is? It was funny though. I said, you know what BLK is? She said, yeah, that's black. I said, what's the other WLLST? I said, Wall Street. Oh, okay. She still didn't get it. But hey, that's how it is. I can get my money out of the stock market. OPM money, other people's money. That's what I do. My account could be larger, but I'm taking money. My winnings, that's what I do. You do however you want to do. Every day after I win some money, right, in the stock market, I take my profit, put it in another account. And I keep the money I'm investing in my buying power, I keep that in there. I take my win, put in another account because I'm buying real estate property right now. Been real rough right now. Right now, I'm fixing one. I had a tenant in there. She just tore my plate into my little house up. Now I'm in there trying to get it fixed so I can get it back rent out again. That's some income I was getting. I ain't getting till I get this house fixed back again. But that's part of the game, you know what I'm saying? But majority of my stuff, stock market paid for it. So really ain't my money. It's somebody else's money. But still, you know how that is. It is what it is. All right. I just want y'all to get in there. Like I said, get your kids involved. Open up some accounts for them. Get their money in there. Move that money over there instead of blowing that money. Put some money in the stock market, let it grow. And let them so they can learn how to do stuff like that. All right. Just came on. I ain't want to be on here this long, but I had to do that. So just tell y'all about this financial literacy and these plays right here. If you want to join the 99% group, look down there in the description, click on it. $7 a month, paid for itself. Pass this video on to somebody that needs it. Somebody that's already borrowed money for you, begging for money. Pass this video to them. They can make their own money. They ain't have to borrow. They can be a borrower instead of a lender. All right? And also, they can be a lender instead of a borrower. Yeah, I got that backwards. Too many moderations. Forgot about that one, too. All right, this is the Black Wall Street Hustler, and I am the General signing off. Peace.